for the sequel, week 2. We're
Let's
gonna be learning more
go!
about wisdom from David and his story with King Saul.
And we're playing with some cups. Oh yeah, that was cool. You know it. Oh, my cup has just come back to me because his name is Mjolnir, just like you have come back to week 2 of the Link Youth beep name. Haven't worked it out yet. Anyway, welcome back to the show, guys. It is so good to be back. So good to be learning about Wisdom 101 because, Pete, last week, what did we learn about?
Last week we learned about Daniel and King Nebuchadnezzar.
Absolutely, we did.
Oh, that's a mouthful.
Oh, it is a huge mouthful. And we also learned about how God is a source of all our wisdom. So, doubling on from that, we are learning about someone else, aren't we?
Yes, another name that starts with D.
Oh.
And it's not Daniel.
No.
It's not Damien.
No.
It's not Diego.
No.
It's
David.
David.
Oh,
and did you guys
my
know,
boy.
Listen, come
My
close,
boy,
Come close. Did you know? David actually spared Saul's life.
What? Someone
Because
say him a lifesaver, lifeguard. He's a patrol. He's saving lives. King Saul's out
Call him.
inside the flags, but he's not because David's there to save his life. Sorry, I don't know if that's actually the story. Tell us.
Let me swim on the beach. I don't know.
No, I don't know.
That's all right. You know what?
We're gonna find
but
out.
it's okay. We'll be finding out wisdom from him because he chose to follow God's wisdom instead of his own wisdom. That's crazy. But after that, what we're going to be doing now?
Right, we have a get it done.
What's
I'm
this?
so keen. We've got some cups. Pete, what do you reckon the game with cups has involved? I'm a big cup guy game.
Cups and ping pong balls and
you
lots of stacking.
Oh,
so stay
he's
tuned
onto
for that.
something.
It's going to be a challenge.
It's going to be
It's
amazing.
going to be, the odds are going to be stacked
against
us.
I like that. That was good. Nice one, man.
Thank you.
That was a nice one.
I've been practicing.
Nice one.
I've been practicing.
Speaking of good challenges, if you can think of a good challenge or anything you want us to do on the show, make sure to chuck it in the comment in YouTube so we can make this show for you. Because that's what this show's all about. It's for you, from us to you, because that's what we want to do. But right now, we get to listen to someone amazing, someone incredible, someone so amazing, you can put him on a belt. That's right, our favorite, Mr. Buckle. Let's go listen to him preach part 1.
Okay, I want to tell you a story where, and I'm going to give you the ending at the beginning, I did something that I thought was the right way to respond. In that moment, I was like, this is what should happen. Turns out it was wrong. So, leading with the punchline, but it's okay because it'll make sense. Now, when I was at school, I had this guy who were good friends, and we'd hang out and we'd do whatever. And then there was another person who was sort of not a best friend, but they were a friend. Like they were in our friend circle. So this other friend, right, comes to me who's sort of in our friend circle, but kind of. And he says, Buckle, did you hear what this other guy who was my friend, did you hear what he said about you? And I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, like before in the first lunch break, because we're in second lunch break. He's like, in first lunch break, this guy said all these mean things about you. He called you this, and like he listed off all these things. And I'm getting more and more angry. I'm like, what? Why would my friend say those things about me? I thought he was my friend. And so I'm getting angry. Like I'm starting to get heated and steamed. And so I go to a different group of people and I'm like, oh guys, did you hear that about so-and-so? And they're like, what? Isn't he like your friend? And so I'm just about to start talking about my friend behind his back because I'm angry. Like I'm about to give him payback. When all of a sudden I see my friend, this guy who I'm about to talk about, come around the corner. And he sees me, and he doesn't know that I'm angry, right? He doesn't know what I know. And he's like, Buckle, how you doing? And he comes over and says hello. And all of a sudden I'm like, hold on a second, this isn't right. Like, why are you being nice to me when I know you've just talked about me behind my back? And so I had this choice, right? I'm in this moment where I'm like, I could keep talking about my friend. I could be angry at my friend and yell at him. And so I don't know what to do. I'm literally stumped in this moment and I don't have the answer. And so I'm sort of frozen. And so the other guys are like, what do you do, Buckle? Tell us before he gets here. Like they're asking me what I'm about to say, but I'm frozen. And so my friend comes over and he's like, what's going on? How are you? So he's there now. And literally I'm just like being real cold shoulder to him. I'm not really talking to him. And he's like, Buckle, what's going on? Like, why aren't you talking to me? And I'm like, well, because you talked about me behind my back. You said this, and this. And my mate's like, what are you talking about? I would never say those things about you. And I'm like, huh. But like this other person said that and he's like, what? So like all of a sudden he's confused. I'm confused. And it turns out this third person was trying to break the friendship between me and my best friend. Now, in that moment, the way I should have responded right from the beginning wasn't to get ready and get angry to go and talk about my friend behind his back. And so I felt really ashamed. And I felt really sad. And I said to my mate, I'm like, mate, I'm so sorry. I was about to like bag you out in front of these other people. I didn't even come to you first. And he's like, yeah, well, we're mates. Come and tell me. Because the right way to respond in that moment would have been to go to my friend and say, hey, so-and-so said that you said blah, blah, blah about me. Is that true? And so like all the other people who were there were like, yeah, he never said anything about you at first break. Like we were hanging out with him the whole time. And so I made the wrong choice. Luckily, because of the way it turned out, it ended out okay. But it could have been a lot worse. If my friend hadn't come around that corner, I could have started saying some really mean things and I could have broken that friendship. Even if my friend hadn't have said anything, I could have been the one to break that friendship. Now, luckily for me, it wasn't. But here's the thing, right? Sometimes in the moment when we get upset or we get angry or we have a moment where we need to make a decision, it's important to remember that sometimes what feels right or feels justified isn't really or necessarily the right thing to do. You see, we're going to take a look at a story in the Bible of two guys, and one of the guys was actually legitimately trying to kill the other. Like it wasn't a rumor, it was true. And the other guy has to make a choice about how is he going to respond in this moment, because like in my situation, it wasn't justified for me to say anything because my friend didn't say anything. But what if he had? Like, what if my friend had have actually been talking about me behind my back? Would I have been justified to talk about him behind his back? Would that have been the right thing to do? I definitely felt justified. And so we're going to take a look at this story in the Bible, and we're also going to see what we can learn from that as well, but we'll talk about that in just a minute.
Thanks so much, Bogo, for that word. But now, guys, it is time for our game of Get It Done. And
yes,
remember,
sir.
Cups are stacking, ping pong balls are bouncing. Pretty much what we have to do is you have to catch the ping pong ball on a stack,
Yep.
put a cup on top,
Yes, sir.
and then catch another ping pong ball again until all
Bit of
the
a
caps...
wobbly tower vibe.
Bit of a wobbly tower vibe until all the cups are stacked on top.
Yo, I like
So
this.
first person to get it all in wins the game. Does
Make
that
a
make sense?
7-stack tower of wobbliness. No, 8.
That's 8.
1,
8
2, 3,
stacks.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Done. 8 is great.
8 is great. Are we ready?
Ready.
Ready? Shake on it. Because guys, it's time to
Get it done.
All right, let's do
Whoa,
it.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh. Oh my days, I missed the cup. Wait, my cup went into the grid. Ah!
Oi, 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 oi. Oi, oi. Feel the rhythm. What the?
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness. This is
It's
wobbly.
bouncing out, it's bouncing out,
This
it's
guy's going crazy. Yes.
There we go. There we go.
Ah. Only one
Oh.
hand. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go.
There we go. There we go.
Ah!
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Bro, this wobbly tower's going crazy. Oh my goodness.
Oh my days. Oh my goodness. Hang on. Steady,
Is this
steady.
a strat? Is this a strat? You just put it down? No, it's not.
Oh. Is this 2 in a row? This
Bang.
is about 2 in a row. Oh, no, you stacked already. Now you gotta catch a ball on top.
Oh, what? Final one. Ready, set, game over, man. Bang! Let's go! Yeah! Yeah! Woo-hoo-hoo! Clean the table! Clean the floor! Do the dishes! And some more! They call me the stack man! Stack it up cup by cup! Yeah, they see it! They stack it! They bounce it!
We gotta make a mixtape.
Okay, it's coming out now. It's coming out fire! Thank you so much for playing Get It Done. No, you didn't play at all. Tell you what, try that at home. 8 cups up, ping pong balls in each one. By the time you hit the 5th or 6th one,
It gets wobbly.
Right, this guy's doing these ones.
It's a leaning tower
It's
pizza.
it's like the car
yeah.
salesman, you know? It's like.
I love my dance moves from them.
Anyway, you know who I learned my dance moves from?
Your mum?
No,
Oh.
Buckle.
Oh.
He's a superstar dancer, but he's even better at something else.
What is he better at?
Bring in the word. And that's what we're going to listen to right now. So let's listen to Buckle's Preach Part 2. Boom! In the camera hole.
Okay, so picture this. We've got King Saul. He's become the first king of Israel, like handpicked by God. The Bible says he's like head and shoulders taller than all the people. He looked kingly. So the way I would picture that is like strong jawline, big shoulders, strong. People look at him. He's probably very handsome, like a good looking dude, right? And so he is the first king of Israel, handpicked by God. But instead of then following God's plan, Saul decides, no, I'm going to go my own way, and basically turns his back on God's plan. And so God makes the choice. We need a new king. And so this young guy, King David, becomes anointed to become the new king, but he's not king yet. And God starts giving David favor, like he's the one that defeated Goliath, and people are like chanting these songs in the street. Saul slays thousands of enemies, but David slays tens of thousands. Like, people love David. And so Saul becomes super jealous, to the point where literally Saul tries to kill David. David has to run away from the city to safety. And the Bible says that there were people who traveled with David and became his most loyal friends. And all these guys who chose to throw their life in with David ended up having to hide in caves, literally hiding from the king. And as the story goes, in this particular instance, the king is out looking for David. He's not home protecting the country. He's not doing what kings are meant to do. He's on a personal vendetta to take out David. And so the Bible says that King Saul is out with his army searching through the wilderness looking for David to take his life. And the army's paused, and King Saul's like, guys, I got to use the little king's room. And so Saul goes up into a cave to go to the bathroom, and it just so happens that it's the very same cave that David and his men are hiding at the back of. And so Saul is literally in the most vulnerable of states. His guard is probably not directly with him. They would be guarding on the outside to make sure no one else goes into the cave. They wouldn't have been thinking there's already people inside. And so David's friends are like, David, this is it. God is giving Saul to you. Like, take him out. And so David starts sneaking through the cave to where the king is. And he's there. This is it. This is the moment. And so David has to make a choice. And he realizes, no, although Saul is a bad king, God chose him for this time. And so it's not my place to replace him or to take him out. Yes, when the time is right, God will remove Saul and I'll become king, but it's not my choice. That's up to God. So instead of taking Saul's life in revenge, he cuts off the corner of Saul's coat and then hides back in the cave. Saul goes out and he's with his men, and all of a sudden David comes out and he says, Saul, and he holds up that piece of fabric. Saul's like, what? Probably looked down at his coat and sees the corner missing. Looks back up and David's like, I could have killed you, but I will not hurt God's anointed king. And so Saul's like realizes what he's doing and he's like, what am I doing? And he says, I'm so sorry. And he leaves with his armies. Now, the story continues and Saul just becomes a messed up dude and tries to hurt David again. But eventually God removes Saul as king and David becomes the king in the future. But in this moment, what seems right and what seems justified was for David to have revenge on the person, like self-defense, right? The king's trying to kill David. This is the chance for David to take him out and potentially save his own life. But instead, David makes the wise choice that this isn't my decision to make, this is God's. He uses wisdom. You see, sometimes God's wisdom, the Bible says, and like we talked about last week, sometimes God's wisdom doesn't make sense. Not to humans. But because God can see the big picture, God can see everything through time, the beginning to the end, and every possible path in between, we have to be willing to trust that when God sees a path, even if this moment that we're in doesn't make sense following God's plan, when we follow God's plan, what we're saying is, God, I don't know how this path aligns to the best future that you've got for me, but I trust that you know. And so that's a part of wisdom. It's saying that, God, I have an idea of what I think the right thing to do is in this moment, but instead I'm going to choose your godly wisdom and I'm going to follow your plan. Because that's our big point. It's what I want us to remember, that sometimes God's wisdom doesn't make sense, but I promise you this, that when you make decisions following God's wisdom, it always ends up best for you in the end.
Thanks so much, Buckle. for this amazing, amazing preach. Yes, you did just see that right. 2 cups in. You know how classy skill that is? It's because someone just took a W. Don't want to name names. Someone that starts with N, ends with OA. But yeah, Pete, how are you feeling right now? You know what Pete's not speaking? You know what that is? That's wisdom, because he knows when to hold his tongue. In James 3, it says the tongue is like fire.
That's next week's episode.
Next week's episode! Yeah, get tuned. A little taster. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Thanks so much, Buckle, for teaching us that wisdom and knowledge is 2 different things. Knowledge is what comes from the world. It's great. It's 2 + 2 is 4. It's that type of stuff. -1 is 3. Quick maths. But wisdom comes from God, and wisdom goes beyond our understanding. And just like David, he had wisdom. And what he did was he knew God, and God told him, spare Saul's life. Even though it would have been smart of him to take him out so he could be king, he didn't. And he stayed and he said, listen to God, and that is true wisdom. That's awesome, man. Thanks so much for this week, man.
Thanks so much for the
Thanks
week.
for learning with me, bro.
That nearly went in. Hang on.
And edit.
Well, guys, that's about it. Thanks again for joining us. I'm Peter.
I'm Noah.
We'll see you guys next week.
Let's go! Like, wow, thanks, Buckle, and it'll drop right in. Wow, thanks, Buckle.
Oh, dude,
That was close, that was close. Thanks so much, Buckle. Oh!
Maybe I should catch it.
I was like, that's not going towards me. Thanks so much, Buckle. Oh, that was there, that was there, that was there, that was there, that was there. Thanks so much, Buckle. Thanks so much, Buckle. Thanks so much, Buckle. Oh, that was slow, sorry. This is it, ready? 3, 2, thanks so much, Buckle. Thanks so much, Buckle. Noah. I dropped my cup.